Welcome to Algebra Unit 1, Concept 2, Lesson 4. Today, scholars will write equations to represent real-world situations and then solve those equations to find a sensible solution to the situation. Remember, you should be filling in your guided notes. So just a quick review of writing equations. So remember, our step 1 was that we have to define our variables. That means we have to choose a letter for them. In this case, I'm going to say it to be x. And we have to determine what your variable represents. Next step is we need to decide, does your variable need a coefficient? Remember, coefficient is just a multiplier for your variable. It is also our rate of change in our slope-intercept format questions. So does each of the quantity represented by your variable have a set value of some sort? And then finally, we need to do step 3, determine any constant values in the situation. What values do not change? Remember, constant, do not change. These are our numbers, no matter what. These are things you add or subtract. They're also what your equations can be equal to. So, real world situation revisited. This is a situation we looked at before. I'm packing boxes to ship laptop bags to stores to place orders from my website. Each empty box weighs 1.7 pounds. That looks important. Each laptop bag weighs 4.66 pounds. Each box that you ship needs to weigh 25 pounds to give you the best shipping price. How many laptop bags should you put into each box? So, remember our step 1? We need to define our variable. So I'm going to say our variable is going to be x, and x is going to equal the number of bags, because we're being asked how many bags. So number of bags. So, does each bag have a set value? Yes, each bag weighs 4.66 pounds. So I have 4.66x. And then some constants. I have 1.7 pounds. That's our empty box. And the boxes need to weigh 25 pounds. So I'm going to add the weight of our empty box. So I have weight of bags plus 1.7, which is our empty box. And it has to be equal to 25. Remember, that's our ideal weight. So next problem. So we're going to solve this. We've written this problem now twice. Now we're going to solve it. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to get rid of this 1.7. So it's being added, so I'm going to subtract. I'm going to use my subtraction property of equality. And I'm going to subtract 1.7. So I write my problem 4.66x plus 1.7 minus 1.7 equals 25 minus 1.7. So I'm going to combine my like terms here. Here, positive 1.7, negative 1.7, that's going to go away. And then I need to also combine here. So my next line will be 4.66x equals 23.3. You can use a calculator for this if you need to. I don't need to. Next step. Well, I see here I'm multiplying. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to use the division property of equality. I'm going to divide both sides by 4.66. So I have 4.66x divided by 4.66 equals 23.3 divided by 4.66. Once again, I'm going to combine like terms or simplify. And I will get the answer of x equals 5. I put that in my calculator. So how would I write this as a complete sentence? So the question asked me how many bags should be in each of the boxes. You should put 5 bags in each box. Okay, so we have our full answer. That's our answer there. So let's look at another real world situation. Hiroshi is buying a pair of water skis that are on sale for 2/3 of the original price. After he uses a $25 gift certificate, the total cost before taxes is $115. What was the original price of the skis? So we're going back to our steps. First step, we need to define our variable. Our variable is going to equal the original price of the skis. That's our variable. And our variable, I'm going to use y this time. So, I know that I paid 2/3 of the price. And then, this $25 gift sheet tells me I took $25 off the price. And then I ended up paying $115. So there's my equation. Okay, so maybe I used x originally. So we're going to solve this equation. My first step, I want to get rid of that. How do I get rid of minus 25? Well, that's easy. I'm just going to add 25. APE 25. So when I do that, I get 2/3 of x minus 25 plus 25 equals 115 plus 25. I like to use a different color to make it very easy to see what I'm doing. These can combine. These can combine. So my next line is going to be combining by like terms. So I end up with 2/3 of x equals 140. So what am I going to do next? What is the 2/3 doing with my x? Well, it's multiplying. So how do I turn, remember, I don't want that 2/3 really to go away. I want it to turn into 1 because I want 1x. So remember our reciprocals. In this case, I am going to use the multiplication property of equality. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. So I have 3/2 times 2/3. And guys, by the way, in case you decide you want to use the division property instead, you can actually, it's the exact same thing. Dividing by 2/3 is the same thing as multiplying by 3/2. Okay, I forgot to do them in red, so I'm just going to real quick highlight the things I did. So I did, that's where when I was multiplying. So now, when I come down here, these are going to cancel. And I'm just left with x on this side. On this side, on the right side, 2/3 times 140. You can do it on a calculator if you need to. Should give you 210. So that was simplifying. And that's it. That means that my sentence is the original price of the skis was $210. Okay, good luck.